Good morning, everyone. Today is April 23rd, 2020. And this is the start of my vlog. I have a lot of stuff I hope to do today. I just gave the babies their morning feeding. You can see how big they're getting. And Minion is jealous and wants attention. He was just flapping at me. Can you flap your wings, Minion? Can you flap your wings? Oh, there you go. Good. Aw, good Budgie. Anyways, the babies are getting big. This one, the old one, she's full grown. And I found out she's a moody female. So we got female, female, male. And this one has become the most rambunctious one. And the little one is mellowed out. Okay, let's go make some coffee. Minion is jealous. He just said hi there. Yeah, hi there, Minion. Oh, he's been flapping his wings without me asking him to. Let's let him out. Come here. Keys! Good morning, Budgie. How are you today? How are you doing today? Alright, coffee time. Alright, milk and coffee time. I still have Easter decorations out here. There's no next major holiday, so I'm just gonna leave them out till summer. And get the summer stuff out. It's still spring. So here's one of the next projects. This is an 18-gallon one of those Christmas containers, and I'm planning to turn this into a bog garden. I've got some new Sarracenias coming in today, plus the Sarracenia from the previous video is going to go in here, and hopefully it'll be something really nice. So what I plan to do is I'm going to drill a hole or two about halfway up, and then the water can drain out, and hopefully the whole thing will stay relatively moist. Okay, so let's get started on building this before the Sarracenias get here. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna make a hole. I always hate this part because once you make a hole, there's no turning back. This can never be used for lotuses or regular water gardening. And maybe right there. I think that'll be a good height. Get out of the way! Oh, she fell out of the wheel. So here we go. I had to change the formula a little bit. Everyone says that when you make this, you either use half perlite, half peat. And, well, that doesn't work, because look, you end up, that is mixed right, you get way too much perlite. So I added more peat to this one, and this one's just the top dressing. I'll show you guys what this ratio looks like that. See, a lot more brown, much better. And I'm going to have the peat as a top layer, just so it looks nicer and so that most of the perlite doesn't float to the surface, and I'll be adding more. So let's put some water in this, and now I've got extra Sarracenia mix. I'm sure I'll get more plants, and that won't go to waste. Okay, there we go. We got to take compaction into account, because this is going to shrink. It gets smaller once the water drains out. And that's a good level. I wanted it right about where the handles were for this. Looks good. And the plants aren't even here yet, so this will be great. Woo, wind! It's windy today. Oh, check this out. They're a little deformed, but hopefully they'll be okay once they come up. These are my blood lilies. Last year I had them and they only made leaves. I guess they were too young to be blooming size. But this is the first year that they're developing flowers. They're supposed to make a really beautiful red puff. I think they're related to onions. So that'll be really exciting. I can't wait for those to get big. Okay, so here we are. Everything came in. Let's unbox this stuff. Let's start with the top one, which is pretty heavy. So I think these are the cactuses. This is an order from Planet Desert, and I always love how they tell you careful because there's prickly stuff in here. Okay, so here is the Planet Desert haul. It is really windy today, and so let's start with the big one. This is Mammillaria senilis. And this one is a replacement for the one that dried out over the winter. This one's much bigger and in healthier shape. The other one I had bought from Lowe's, so I may have gotten a bad one from the start. I love the little fish hook spines on it. I didn't know it was such a bright green on the inside. That's pretty cool. Now this one is the one that I got really excited about. It's a lot smaller than I thought. I mean, it's tiny. I never knew this plant existed, but this is a Mammillaria Perez de la Rosa. And I liked it because the body is like this pale blue-green. The spines are red and yellow mix. And when it gets flowers, it gets pale pink flowers. So the whole thing is just a little beautiful pastel cactus, and I hope I can get another one because I'd like to have a pair. And then lastly, we've got this Gymnocalicium. I had seen this one in one of Cactus Caffeine's videos. Hers was a dark red, really pretty. And I'm looking at this now, and the spines in this one are kind of shaped like the one that got the infestation that I lost and had to throw out. So maybe that one was a Gymnocalicium of some other type. So I am very happy to have this back. And this one has flower buds on top. I think those are flowers. I don't know if they're, I don't think they're pups. I wish this one had flowers. So I'm a little surprised. So this one's smaller than I thought. This one's bigger than I thought. And this one was a totally pleasant surprise. Okay, this is the second box. And this is an order from Dean Cook, Cook's Carnivorous Plants. I bought directly from his website. And so I got a Flava, Sarracenia flava copper top, which is this big one right here. And then this is a Sarracenia called Hummer's Hammerhead. Unfortunately, they're just tiny cuts. They haven't grown, so they don't look like anything yet. They're all in sphagnum moss. And this isn't all that interesting at the moment yet either, but this is a Venus flytrap King Henry. I've heard some people say that the King Henry is actually larger than the B52 flytrap. So I will be putting these guys up later. I'm going to put them in shade for now because it is too hot and too sunny to pot these up at the moment. Alright, last box. Alright, very cool. This is a plant that I have been wanting for a while. This is Phalaenopsis gigantea. And I think it's funny that I got this from eBay species, orchid species 333, I think. Yeah, species 333, I think is the name of the vendor. And he always crosses off where he imports from, but you can still see through it. So this originally came from something called waterorchids.com. I'll have to look that up. It's in sphagnum moss. I will repot it into my own sphagnum. It's a little bit more airy. Now these are not like the types of phalaenopsis that you get at the store, the grocery store. These guys are epiphytic, which means they grow on sides of trees. So the pot needs to be at an angle so it doesn't get the crown rot, and that the water can go out easier. Also, it really helps if you get a healthy plant to start with. Now this one has nice hard leaves. I like that. This is actually my second one. I got another one from a different seller, and the thing was never healthy from the moment I got it out of the box. The new leaf that was growing out of it was soft, and it's just been struggling, and I hope I can save it. It would be nice to have 2 of these, but I don't know how well the other one's going to do. This one's here is backup. I think this one will do much better for me. Alright, so I'm going to end it here for today. I am not going to put these guys in the bug garden. There's one plant that hasn't come in yet. It'll probably come tomorrow, and then I'll know just how to place everything. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the update. Have a good one. Des signing off.